In the Richmond County family. I just served.
Hello.
Nicholas Murgolo.
Going live again. Hopefully people can join, kind of unannounced, but I'm doing another live event, this time from the neighborhood of Nicholas Murgolo, holding signs peacefully. Juries in family court now. Parental alienation harms children forever. So I have other parents who were affected by family court. That's the First Amendment event. To expose Nicholas Murgolo. He's the AFC, the attorney for the children. He lives in New Jersey, but he gets salary or taxpayers' money from New York. And if you know court officials or any public servants, anyone who gets public money, actually is supposed to live in New York. And in this case, you have an attorney who actually gets the funding, the cases. He and his partner Melissa Rutigliano are among the top receivers of court assignments, whether it's as AFC's attorney for the children or as an 18Bs who are assigned to one of the litigants, the plaintiff or the respondent. So I exposed Mr. Murgolo when he could not control his language, maybe even his drinking habits on his public Twitter. He self-professed as being an scotch connoisseur, scotch enthusiast, that's the way he put it. He used abundantly, I won't repeat it on the live stream, but he used profanities and cussing in a public forum, which is completely inappropriate. And this gentleman actually is he's an attorney for the children. And apparently the Janet McFarland, the judge who tortures me and my children and so many other parents who come forward finally, but it's over 15, I believe now, 15, 17 victims actually identified themselves as victims of McFarland, mothers and fathers. She appointed Mr. Murgolo, and he continues to be the assigned attorney for my children. Now, so many glaring deficiencies, violations, failures, you name it, took place in my case. For example, he never met with me, so how can he represent children over father without speaking with the father? So that's again, nothing legal here. So what is interesting about Mr. Murgolo is as follows. So apparently that's not the first case in which he uses the tactic. While McFarland is rushing to finish my case, he skipped 2 of the hearings that were supposed to take place, claiming that he experienced death in the family. Now, if it's true, my condolences, of course. The problem is that he never submitted any evidence about that, so we're supposed just to believe him. Now, I don't think it's this gentleman is actually worth of that much of trust. Why? Because now we talk, the victims are connecting finally, and that's what we need to do. And apparently he used the same tactic in other cases, at least 2 other cases that I know about. So he claimed that somebody died. He claimed that type of emergency, and that's how he gets out of the case, while blaming, by the court is actually blaming me for prolonging the trial. And so what happened today? Today I had another trial, and lo and behold, the court session was supposed to start at 11. It didn't start at 11. The court was late. While if I am late or delayed or go to the restroom for a minute, they nickel and dime me, and Mr. Brick, why are you not here? But so the court started late. It was supposed to start at 11, but at around 9 a.m., 9 something, an email came from Mr. Murgolo stating that his car, he got into an accident with his car. The car is not in a drivable condition, so he asked to adjourn. The request, by the way, was not honored by McFarland. She just continued without him, which is a separate conversation. Yeah. So another parent, Eli Evans, retired NYPD officer, is here, and another parent, John, thank you.
Thanks everyone for your support.
And I see people are joining, people are watching, so thank you, Ronald, thank you, Randy. If you have any questions,
thank you
just
everyone also is watching on my live feed. For supporting.
So what I was describing, and Eli, I know you're filming, it's important, the lives are for our protection. He claimed, actually it was not him, it was the partner, Melissa Rutigliano, who claimed on his behalf, or sent an email with an affirmation that he is not capable of, he cannot come to court. Now, lo and behold, he came out of the house, he was served here with the recent court paper, and he got into a car and he drove away. So I asked him if that's the car that he got into an accident. He said it's not. Just be careful. When he left, and he said he's going to pharmacy right now. So he left. So he was apparently he himself got unscathed from that for whatever accident he allegedly just came into. So another interesting thing. But beyond all that, so you can see I published the documents. He again cussing on his public Twitter. Advertising alcohol in proximity with the picture of a child. What's his discretion? This person is supposed to represent children. Is it behavior that's expected from an attorney? Apparently, he's also he's admitted to practice in New Jersey and in New York. So I checked. It's public information. Anyone can look for an attorney. And turns out he doesn't have insurance in New Jersey. He's also not certified as a matrimonial attorney in New Jersey. So if he's such an expert that he's allowed to represent young children in New York, why didn't he bother to get a certification, right? That's advertising. And beyond that, as I mentioned, why a person who gets New York money of New Yorkers and represents and ruins the lives or helps to ruin the lives of New York children, why does he live in New Jersey? So he does whatever he does and then he retreats to another state. That's not normal. That's not supposed to be acceptable. And he gets a lot of money. I published the information. Everybody can go online and look up and see who are the benefactors, who are the beneficiaries of court assignments as 18B, as AFCs. And he gets a lot of cases. He and his partner, Melissa Rotigliano, they get a ton of cases. Now, after I brought to the attention of the court the Twitter and the despicable language that he uses, I would not let this person, if I wasn't forced by the court, and I'm still appealing that, and I contested it all the way and will continue contesting the horrible tactics that the court uses. The person who cusses, person who uses that language, who advertises his affinity to hard alcohol, to scotch, that's not a person that I would like to have around my children, and yet he is supposed to represent them. So just check the number of cases. So anyway, it's a quiet residential neighborhood. You know, apparently, again, our First Amendment is respected. Beautiful night, clear skies. It is cold. My hands are freezing. I need to hold the phone. Thanks everybody for joining. Robert is watching. Thank you. Ryan is watching. So guys, if you have any questions for me, it's another peaceful First Amendment event, advocacy event in a quiet residential neighborhood in New Jersey. So that's the house of Nicholas Murgolo, the attorney for the children. For, I would put in quotations. I haven't seen any for the children so far. He did not show up to court today, claiming that his car was not in a drivable condition after he got into an accident. And yet, a couple of minutes ago, he just left the house. He was served with the court paper. He left the house without any issues. Just got into the car, claimed that he's leaving to a pharmacy. So part of the same multi-layered just apparatus of oppression that we are seeing. So it's unbelievable, the system that they built. And I made posts about that in the past. That's what's going on. So in terms of Second Amendment, and I'm not connecting Second Amendment to my case, but I'm saying that Americans were able to successfully so far fend off multiple attacks on Second Amendment. I think he is back now. Yeah, I think that's him driving back. Multiple cars in the driveway. And again, we're not bothering him. It's a public sidewalk. Everybody can see, not even stepping on the lawn.
Right, we're just here. We're here advocating peacefully, expressing our First Amendment.
Yes.
Protected under the United States Constitution. There he is. He's going back in.
You got the drugs from pharmacy? Yes?
More, Mr. Brick.
Okay. You too.
Good night.
Be easy on the alcohol. Okay.
There you go, folks. So I'm just going to turn this around.
Yeah, Robert is saying no ethics needed for court officers. Yeah, so he's a government servant. He asked me to stay warm. Let's see if he asks the police to come. So far, so good. And again, completely peaceful exercise on the First Amendment. Why should a person who gets New York money live in New Jersey? So the story where I was telling multiple violations of ethical rules, codes, regulations, you name it. He's a defendant. He's a respondent in a separate civil action that I filed against him in the New York County of New York Court, and he's still being a defendant, being clear conflict of interest. He actually continues to claim that he represents my children. Again, he didn't show up to court today. Claimed that he was in an accident. What wasn't even him, was his partner Melissa Lucigliano, who sent the email. But he is in a perfectly good condition to drive. So that's a car that he took, and he came back in a couple of minutes. No issues there. And before that, he canceled. He actually couldn't show up to 2 court hearings, claiming that he has had death in the family. Cursory look through death records, and again, if he really experienced that, my condolences, everybody. But there's no record. And when he was asked, "What can you please show some proof? Who exactly died?" he never produced any proof, and he was shielded by McFarland, who said, "You don't have to answer the question." So, and from talking to other victims in whose cases he is involved, apparently that's he experiences a lot of death in the family. So at least two other people reported that he used the same excuse or maybe real reasons, but there's no proof that's real in other cases, and now it's an accident. So we'll see. I have court tomorrow. We'll see if he shows up or he again continues to deflect or whatever the tactic is. Another car is just pulling in front of the house, so we'll see. It's a Jeep, so we need to be safe as well. But now it's quiet. There was a lot of traffic actually before.
Oh,
yeah.
You'd be shocked on this residential.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching. Oh yeah, somebody just crosses the street, so it's not related to that. Any questions? Robert, how are you? Haven't heard from you in a while. Hopefully you'll get inactive again. We need everyone, every father. We need everyone, every father, every mother. It's unbelievable. So, I believe I started talking about the multi-layered system of oppression. So of course the judges were unelected. Family court judges are appointed by the mayor in New York.
He's also under a corruption scandal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then all the layers of protection. Like for example, so the other party gets a free attorney until you exhaust your own. I exhausted all of my resources, and then the attorney, ostensibly attorney for the children, who is completely synchronized with the attorney for the opposing party. Now I have 2 children. Why they have one attorney? What are they, one lump child? That's one question. Another question is, why do they need an attorney? It's simple. It was supposed to be simple, but of course the government and the courts make everything complicated. But Robert, we need to talk, So and you need to come online as well. By the way, you can join if you want. We can do live here. So just let me know. So 2 children, why the one lump child again, and why cannot I bring, if the court insists on an attorney, why cannot I bring a private attorney, for example, right? That wasn't even an option. She ignored me. McFarland ignored me. Like every time she has no answer, she just ignores it. She just ignores and continues. Today she continued the trial without an attorney for the children. So is he important or isn't he? He wasn't there to see the witness, to get the cues, to attend the direct examination. Right, the direct questioning of the witness, very material witness that I had in the case, actually, and he wasn't there. So ostensibly the excuse is he can read the transcript. So first of all, how can he get the transcript so fast? Right? It's for us it's expensive and it's time consuming. But apparently he will, and then he will decide whether he actually can cross-examine or not. But so the whole topic of appointing and getting these AFCs assigned is just one giant scam, part of the multi-layered system of protecting the lies and the alienation to perpetuate the alienation. I sent time after time information about children being driven, my children being driven in an unsafe car, and no reaction came from Mr. Murgolo. So he represents my children, or who he represents. Of course, he represents the state. He will not bite the hand that feeds him. he gets the money from the state, and then he goes and lives in New Jersey here. Nice residential neighborhood with multiple cars parked in front of the house, then claiming intermittently that somebody died and the accident happened. Just unbelievable. Again, thanks again for watching. I don't think we'll stay here long. It's just getting cold. But he was served. He's okay. I was worried, as he claimed that an accident was so severe that his car became undrivable. But he didn't exhibit any signs of, God forbid, limping or any physical ailment. Yeah, so he was clearly he could drive. He drove some sort of a car. No car in the driveway here exhibits any signs of damage. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I'll ask him if what was the car, if there's a police report, if the car was so severely damaged. But I think I can guess the answer. Yeah. So any questions? I think yeah, just getting too cold. I think yeah, the traffic actually stopped. We had so many cars. But yeah. Hey Susan, thanks for joining. Yeah, people come in and out, so I know it's a late live stream, kind of unannounced. We should do more, but again, it's protected First Amendment activity. I sued him. There's a civil case pending against him. He is a respondent in my case. He hired an attorney, an office in New York to represent him, and he still claims to be objective. Without seeing me, without talking to me, I had to chase after him via emails to provide information about the case. And no, so is it normal representation? Is it professional to represent children without speaking to the father, without getting information from the father? Skipping, that was the third trial hearing that he could not attend. And then everybody blames me or the fathers or whatever litigants for dragging the court. It's unbelievable. Same system of oppression. My case was a very simple case, but as the government does, they find a way to drive a wedge between you and your children. So he was assigned. There's no mandatory assignment of attorneys for children in these cases, and yet he was assigned. The prior attorney resigned, so he stayed. Somebody's coming close. Okay, let's see.
We can never be too safe.
Yeah, so somebody's
a few cars that pulled up.
Very close, yeah. A couple cars. Oh, actually, there's another one behind. So yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, so somebody's making a U-turn.
I guess we're getting a bit more publicity. Maybe people will join us.
Okay, well, this car is backing up.
Yeah, be careful.
Our 670, so yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Looks like neighbors.
Maybe these are neighbors, but neighbors have questions. We have leaflets. Hey, Melody, thank you for joining. So, one other thing that I maybe should mention is how insidious, the communist tactic is. The names that they use for these attorneys. So they're called attorneys for children in New York. In many other states, they're called GALs, Guardian ad litem. I believe in Michigan they're called Friends of the Court. And then recently I learned that in Maryland they invented a very telling name. They called Best Interest Attorneys. so four so far, just unbelievable. So it's a clear communist tactic, right? So they like to deceive and diffuse through the language, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they all the same. They're paid by the government. There was actually, it's very very telling. There was a bill introduced, I believe, in one of the states up like northeast. They wanted to introduce 3 attorneys. So to represent, I believe, the short-term interest of the child, mid-term, and then long-term. So 3 attorneys for the children, plus an attorney for the opposing party.
Sorry to interrupt. And guess all this money, guess who's paying for that?
Yes, you.
You guys, yes.
Yeah, everybody is paying for that, because Title 4D is, even if you are not in the state that I am in, New York, by the way, I posted it today or last night. According to the Cato Institute index, New York is dead last. It's number 15 on freedom. It's unbelievable. It's the worst state in the
Not
nation.
shocking.
Yeah.
Not shocking.
Yes, it's
We live in a communist
number
Nazi state, and
number 50. Yeah.
this is not a shocker.
So even if you don't live in New York, you still sponsor the circus through federal taxes, right? Federal taxes. It's federal metric. It's Title 40 of the Social Security Act, and every dollar that's paid in child support or used, in connection with that, is actually matched by federal government. So that's how they incentivize the horrible outcomes, and they create one parent. Usually, it's the father as the earner, is the assigned payor. It's the assigned visitor, and then somebody is custodial. So that's why the state will never. All the laws that we see 50-50, I don't believe in any of that. It's just a presumption that's very easily rebutted. They do whatever they want. It's just a bone that's being thrown to appease the public. Neighbors are looking from the windows. We're quiet. No issues here.
Yeah, once again, we're just here.
Murgolo himself had no issues. Yeah, I have.
We're here peacefully.
My good friend, we became friends through this, just opposing and resisting peacefully, publicly the insanity. Eli Evans, former NYPD officer, so he's also
it's the same trap they use for me and many other parents, where they sign an AFC. In particular, I should even say he's not mine, but the AFC, Attorney for Child, that was appointed. Let me turn this around so I could also speak on mine. The Attorney for Child that was appointed in my Supreme Court matrimonial case, Joel Bornstein. Hello, Joel, if you're watching.
Hello, Joel. Yes.
He has not even met with my children, yet he still remains on a case. It's just unbelievable how this absurdity just continues. And the guy hasn't met with them, and still gives his oral arguments and his opinions like it means something. So this whole thing is a racket. It's a scam. Like Roman, I never wanted an AFC. Who wants that? And that's appointed to me. And in many cases, too, with AFCs, if you guys don't know, they want you, the parent, to pay. To pay. Why? I mean, you just want to have your kids. You want to get divorced, have some semblance of custody. But yet now they're appointed, and on top of that, you have to pay. So it just kind of shows the whole side of the racket, and it just doesn't end. And
yep. Yes.
The court foots the bill on you.
AFCs are just another insidious layer of subversion that we're seeing. They're state-paid agents. They get the government taxes.
Right.
They ostensibly are supposed to represent the children, but they represent themselves. They represent the state. Whoever pays the piper picks the tune. Right. That's how the saying.
It's all a scam, and they get 18B funds. Many of them.
So many.
Such a scam, such a racket. Look into it. Not just New York, but many states.
That's what they do. It's just a way to appoint another attorney for the protected parent.
And they're not really for you. They side with the usually another attorney. Independent.
They sit together. They coordinate. They glance at each other. They repeat each other's questions. They sit together in the hallways. We know all that. But the way it's fundamentally structured, because it's all plausible deniability. That's if you understand how government operates, it becomes very, very simple. Because it doesn't have to be truth. It only has to sound plausible. We're dealing with slimy communists. It's a long way of subversion, and everybody with eyes in their heads, right? They see where it's all going, but they did it very incrementally, very slowly, because they wanted to trap large segments of the population. And family court is the prime area of subversion.
A scam, a racket, and they've done it in such an insidious manner over the years that they've managed to pull the wool over many people's eyes. And unfortunately, there's many people don't even contest it. They do as the court says. You have the right. You have a right to.
It's
unbelievable. Right, and they just want to violate your right time and time again. And this is what it's gotten down to.
This is very symbolic. This is very symbolic. We're in New Jersey, and this attorney practices law in New York, gets New Yorkers' money, and then goes and lives in a quiet spot not far from the water in New Jersey. It's just unbelievable. They recently got a promotion to themselves. They sued, and they got more money. And
I think it was from $75 an hour to $150 something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Republic.
Yeah, the connectivity is kind of going down. Yeah, Robert is saying, I love how these attorneys for the children seldom if ever see their own clients. Of course. And why wouldn't they see the parents, right? Why wouldn't see the parent, the targeted parent, like myself in my case? Mr. Nicholas Murgolo never met with me. He didn't care. The moment he was appointed, I was exiting the courtroom, and I see he approached the opposing party, and he had what appeared to be a very lively talk with her. Yet, he never reached out to me. I had to reach out to him multiple times to provide documentation. In what world this is professional representation if you don't talk to the father? Of course it's not.
And so, this to kind of add on to that, I know it's different. They get, in your case, it's through the 18B funds. In my case, all they care about is money. I mean, their point, they want money. You try to, in my case,
they claim that they're actually, right. they're poor, right? But if you say 175, right, you multiply it by 8, right, by 5, for it's very, very decent salary.
Absolutely.
And they don't appear to do a lot.
Yeah, by the way, also, Joe Bornstein, he lied, and it's public record, I don't have it in front of me, but he lied also and said that he was dead broke and he can't afford a pot to piss in in his affirmation when he and filed part of the lawsuit. And meanwhile, he lives with his parents. They deeded the home over to him. Again, that's public record. Check through ACRIS.
Right.
The guy's far from destitute, but that's what he claims. So he also, and I have plenty of proof of that, which will come out.
Yeah, that's just another arm of the government, funded by the government agent. It's just this personal responsibility. And if you come to court, you're surrounded by the government.
I mean, this home where he lives in Brooklyn, actually, on not too far from the courts, it's easily $4 or $5 million.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he claims he has to cut back on funds in his office, yada yada. So it's all a racket. It's all a scam.
Yeah.
He never actually, like I said to many people who aren't listening, he never met with my children. All they care about is money. They don't answer your emails. They don't want to talk to you on the telephone.
Yeah.
And it's just the biggest.
Robert is saying, they typically just saying my experience. That's insert dumb statement here. That's a very good point, because what attorneys are doing, they're actually testifying. They're not allowed to be witnesses. There is a specific provision in the NYCRR, the procedural rules of the court. They're not allowed to act as witnesses. And then you typically hear them coming to court and saying, "Oh, my clients told me." How do you know that that's what they told them? You have no idea. Officers are supposed to wear cameras. Everybody's supposed to wear a camera. How do you know they're not promoting their personal agenda? Of course they're promoting their agenda. What do they know? How can we trust them? They will say whatever needs to be said to continue getting the money from the court. And okay, so that's, first of all, it's hearsay, it's small child. Even assuming that what you're saying is correct, right? Which is a huge assumption, right? Why wouldn't you be allowed to cross-examine them? Why would you just blindly accept them? Because they lie. That's a slimy communist tactic. That's how communists take over. That's how they do it. It's very, very simple. So they sent something that sounds plausible. All these attorneys for the children are nothing by witnesses. I actually submitted subpoenas to cross-examine them. And of course the subpoenas were blocked by McFarland. And they have full discretion, even if in cases where the attorneys are not supposed to be appointed, in simple custody visitation cases, they do appoint them because they have full discretion. And that's the way the kickbacks work. So the attorneys support the judge, they send the judge into the judiciary, and then the judge is just handing out these appointments. The prior court attorney for McFarland, Sukina Sorori, I believe her name, she resigned from her position. Now Paulina Bondad is the court attorney who sits right on the right of McFarland. Why would she sit there on the podium there? So it's not a tactical.
Roman, it's the same thing people are now seeing throughout the country with that clerk. What's happening in the Trump case?
Yeah, it's the same.
Corruption is so deep-seated with even court clerks. You see now with Trump.
Very, very, very important. But anyway, so McFarland, Janet McFarland, the tyrant judge, childless judge, who was caught in giving illegal donations, so many complaints against her, full Facebook group dedicated with close to 400 people who support the message and understand that she's not fit to be a judge. Nothing personal against her. She's just unfit to be a judge. So this judge, when her court attorney retired, immediately she started getting these appointments, 18B, AFC appointments, and appearing in front of McFarland. In what world is this normal? I ran an analysis, looked up the video that I have there, and you have attorneys, you have a cohort of about 10 to 20 attorneys who get the bulk of the cases in the Richmond County Family Court. And that's a lot of money. They have tens, thousands, in some cases they appear every day in multiple cases. Yeah, why is this normal?
Go on the eCourt's website, look at their calendar. It's like many of them are full to the brim.
Yeah, Yeah.
Look how many cases there are.
So thank you. So I see Mike joined and Vic joined and Michelle joined. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, people. I know people come in and out. So just to recap, I probably won't stay long. It's actually very, very cold. So I'm here with other victims, other fathers. We should grow. Will be more of us. But we are in front of Nicholas Murgolo house in New Jersey. So he's in New York, licensed attorney in New York and New Jersey, but he practices in New York. His office is in New York and Staten Island. He gets New Yorkers' money, yet he lives in New Jersey in a nice, quiet neighborhood not far from the shore here. Why is that? All public officials, all government employees are supposed to live in the area that they in the community that they're affecting. So you can ruin somebody's lives in New York and then you retreat back to your nice little quiet neighborhood. What is that? That's not normal. What's the difference between somebody who gets these court assignments, who's funneled cases that amount to thousands, tens of thousands of dollars? What's the difference between somebody like Nicholas Murgolo and the public official? They still get this budget money, that's still state money, right? Why wouldn't they be held to the same standard? It's just unbelievable. So yeah, for those who just joined, I'm just recapping. Today I had another court here in front of McFarland. Nicholas Murgolo sent through his partner, Melissa Ortigliano, notice to the court that he got into a car accident. The car is undrivable. He could not attend. He did not attend. And despite that, McFarland continued with the trial. It was a very key witness who actually testified. He wasn't there. And when we came here again for the peaceful First Amendment event, he came out of the house, looked completely okay, got into a car and left, saying that he left for pharmacy, came back in about 10 minutes, entered the house, and looked completely normal, completely unscathed. It would be completely unaffected, at least visually. And the car didn't look affected either. So prior to that, he cancelled. He caused the court to cancel two other hearings, claiming that he had a death in the family. Yet he refused to disclose who exactly died, and if somebody died, condolences. But that's not the first. Not the first litigant in whose case he used the same excuse. So, okay, I think we've been live for about 20-something minutes. If anyone has any questions, Robert, thank you for participating. Thank you, people, for watching. It's getting cold here. I didn't take my gloves. That's a mistake. But I'm enjoying the beautiful moon, beautiful clear night. So we'll be back with more lives. Thanks everybody for support, for the prayers I put up there, the request for prayers. I believe in Jew. I believe in the power of prayer. God is watching over. God is seeing what these people are doing to us and to our children. God is seeing the fascist Nazis descent this country is taking on very, very rapidly. In a huge part executed through family courts, because that's how they break society, by taking parents away, breaking the children, indoctrinating them, letting the alienate, and then hiding behind the children with the help of AFCs like Nicholas Murgolo. Unbelievable. So I will sign off. One last look. Thank you for coming.
Support the children.
Yes, support the children. Parental alienation harms children forever. Juries in family court now. Yep. And then we'll sign off. Thanks everybody for watching.
Okay.
I expect another live soon.
Eli Evans signing off with Roman. All right.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank
Yes.
you for your support, and
thanks everybody.
thank you. Okay, have a good night.
Good night everyone. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
You guys are all wrapped up in the fucking family court bullshit.
Oh, there's another one. Yes, yeah.
Hey man.
You know it? Huh?
I'm very familiar with it.
Very familiar with that, yeah?
Yeah,
Sorry to
man.
hear.
How
many kids you got?
2.
2.
You're just dealing with a fucking
Okay. What court are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
Sussex County
Oh, New Jersey.
in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, you how many kids in Jersey? Right now, I
2.
know.
What about you guys?
Yeah, also have
New-
kids. Yeah.
New York, Staten Island.
You should come support. If you
Oh, there's an attorney's house.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. Again, it's very peaceful. We're not doing anything illegal. He saw us. It's fine. Nobody called the police.
No, you're out here, man.
But we have to be. It's live on Facebook. We have to be public about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck with everything.
Out of here now?
Yeah. Yes. I'm actually signing off. It's getting cold, but the front of the Nicholas Murgolo's house here in New Jersey. He claimed that he got into an accident, his car became undrivable, and yet he came out of the house, drove